Hello and welcome to the Dice Brigades. What is the difference? Or, I can't do a good Jerry Seinfeld, sorry. But what is the difference between JunkArt and JunkArt Revolution, the reprint? We are going to answer that question in almost entirely too much details. The general rules of these games are the same. They play the same where you are going from city to city, building junk sculptures to try to win the most fans. Box size, from what you can see, how much shelf space does it take? The new version is obviously smaller than the old version, in every dimension from length to width, except for the new box is about 3 millimeters thicker than the old box. Also, the old box weighs 1,287 grams. The new box weighs 1,338 grams. The box cover art are slightly different, as well as their logos. They both depict artists making junk art in the game. The new logo has all 4 colors of the pieces on it, and the Revolution underneath the junk art. The old version does not have any green in the logo, but has every other color. Subjectively, I prefer the artwork on the old cover, just because I feel like it looks more like junk that you would see. This one, everything has these rivets on it, but it's not bad. It's just a preference between the two. The back of the old box also gives you a sampling of what cards look like in the game, where the back of the new box just shows you the junk pieces. Also, the back of the old box is just in English. It's the English version. The new version has both Spanish and English on it. The pieces you get in the game are identical. All the shapes and sizes are there, with just really small changes. I've noticed some of the colors are different, especially with the green and orange, but if you didn't put them side by side, I don't think you would notice. But I do like the old colors slightly better. Also, I weighed a complete set of the old and the new pieces. A complete set of the old pieces weighed 143.4 grams, and a complete set of the new pieces weighed in at 132.7. That is an 11 gram difference. Not really noticeable if you're not even weighing them. Even if you had them both in your hands, I think you would barely be able to tell the difference. The old version's bases are hollow and plastic, and the new version's bases are wood and solid. I will say I think I prefer the solid wood bases over the hollow plastic bases. They feel better. Here are a list of cities that are unique to the old version: hometown, Nashville, and they give you blank cards to build your own city with. The new, there's Cordoba, London, Los Angeles, and Phuket. The old box has inserts that divide all 4 colors. The new one has inserts in it, but it does not divide the colors. Also, in the old version, there's a special place to put these dumbbell-looking shapes. I think they were worried about them breaking. The new version puts them into the bag with the other pieces. The new version comes with 2 manuals, one in English and one in Spanish. The old version just has the English version. The old version uses black and white plastic scoring tokens, and the new version uses cardboard scoring tokens that have the number printed on them. For clarity and readability, I prefer the new version. This new tape measure goes up to 60 inches, and the old tape measure only goes to 40 inches. The old tape measure has about a half an inch blank space in the bottom, which I personally like because it lets you put your finger onto the table when you're measuring for measuring the height. With the new version, you're just going to have it dangle off the table while you're trying to measure the height. The new version's tape measure seems to be about twice as thick as the old version's tape measure. Also, a weird fact, at 40 inches, these tape measures do not measure up. Like the boxes, the new version has slightly smaller cards than the old version, and I will say that the old cards have a little bit of a texture to them. The newer cards are smoother. I don't have a preference. The newer cards do slide a little bit easier, but that's never a big deal on this game. There's slightly different artwork and different color schemes. The old versions have a bluish background where there is an ever so slight hint of a gradient, where the new version has a higher contrast gradient in the background. The backs of the cards both say JunkArt and JunkArt Revolution. Both games show and list their cities on the top of the card, with the new version having a circle behind every city. The old version has the name in a banner, where the new version goes with the rivet theme. The old version will show you which direction of play, or if it's simultaneously. The old version on the top right will show the direction of play. The new version, it is underneath the name. On the left, underneath the name on both versions, is the player count and some icons in the middle to show you what kind of game you're playing and what kind of scoring is involved. The old version has the page number to find the city rules underneath the logo, and the new version put it on the bottom right. The old version has a quick setup reference in the middle, and then the scoring underneath. The new version just shows the scoring. Between these two, I think I prefer the new version, because you're just going to look at the rule book to remind yourself how to set up each city. Both cards say World Tour on the back. The old version shows a picture of the world. The new version pictures junk sculptures and a stylized world tour. Don't really have a preference on this. The old version has a card with an arrow and a curve on it to represent the turn order. This feels a little redundant, but it's there. Both of them have a card that represents the police force. The old version just called it a special card and it has a star on it. The new version has like a police hat icon. The only difference gameplay wise is the new version has these scoring cards that are used with different cities that give you additional ways to gain points. The setup will tell you which one of these to go with, and they will say things like earn 1 star if the active piece fits into or passes through another piece, or earn 1 star if the active piece touches at least 3 pieces. I like this change because I feel like it gives you something else to think about and a different way to score when you're playing the game. The question is, if you have this version, should you buy this version? Or, with this version being commonly available, is it worth it to go buy this version? I think the answer is no in both cases. If I had this version, I don't really think the differences that this one brings are enough to justify buying a new version. Unless in the future they put out an expansion. No idea if they will or not. If they put out an expansion, that was a lot of fun, but it was only compatible with this one because of the cards or something, I would. But guys, please, if you put out an expansion to this, make it to where they can play with both. Just that's a personal request. But if you don't have this version, this one's totally fine. In fact, I would say go ahead and buy this one to show some support because they were nice enough to re-release this great, fun game. I hope that answers all your questions and show you what is the difference between JunkArt and JunkArt Revolution. If there's any questions you have about any differences that I missed, I think I covered them all, let me know. I'll be happy to try to answer them. But until next time, thank you for watching, and take the initiative and roll out as you stack your junk.